Good. So what am I trying to push to you? I'm trying to push, I'm trying to push that there was absolutely a pre-COVID time. You know, depending on where you pray, you know, is it before the Common Era or after Christ? You could pick your designation. But my point is simply this: there was a time before COVID. I don't think it's ever going to be exactly like that again. There's clearly this COVID era that's happening right now. And then there's going to be, in this predictable future, 12 months, 18 months, a post-COVID era. And it's kind of incredible because after COVID, after this is done, the businesses that thrived now, the ones that participated now, the ones who connected and accepted this fate are the ones who are going to reign then. And so this is the pressure I'm trying to put on you today. I'm asking you, who do you want to be, or who do your clients want to be in an after COVID-19 era? Okay, so that's the intention. I do a lot of presentations and I know it's hard to listen to, so I try to make my presentations a little dramatic. I intentionally just laddered you up to like, hey, guess what? There's lots of opportunity. I'm going to tell you about the challenges. You deserve to hear about those challenges. Like any great story, I need to kind of add some drama and heat. And then I'm going to come around the bank and we're going to talk about all the things that you and your customers can do to win in this unrivaled era of change. So let's talk about some of the challenges. One of the challenges I have, one of the challenges you have is, whoa, TV the babysitter. Wow, we used to keep our kids away from those screens. No, only 20 minutes a night. And now it's like, I've got a Next Gen Nexus presentation. Can you put the kids in front of the TV? You know, it's one of those things where TV watching is way up. You know, Netflix is like, the joke is, you know, am I going to run out of Netflix because people are consuming so much of it? Video games, never done better. More hours, more attention, more usage. It's astounding. All right, to me, that's a little concerning and scary because, you know, these screens can really suck you in and they distract from true education. And I want to put out there that not only are we kind of okay with screen time right now, we've lost faith in our politicians, in our healthcare governors, in our World Health institutions. We're just like, you know, the crisis came upon us and nobody knew what to do. No one knew. No one knew how long it was going to take. No one knew what the protocols were supposed to be. Not the economists, not the scientists. No one knew, which is unnerving. I mean, it's like, what, really? So this week I wear 2 masks and next week I don't have to wear any masks? You know, like, I'm not here to make it political. I'm just trying to point out that we kind of don't know. We still don't know. And it's scary and frustrating. And customers, your clients are scared of this. They don't know if they should listen. They don't know who they should trust next. The reason why they don't know who to trust is because the change happened so fast. You know, all of us have been around long enough to know that when our nation goes to war, we tend to talk about it. We send over some troops, then we move over more resources. It unfolds over time. Do you remember March, I don't know, 11th? You know, it was like, oh, I guess I'm not going into the office today. The change was so rapid. We went from primarily being face-to-face people to being only digital, only. Like, this is it. It's how it's going to go. And I want to show you an extreme example of this change, how much it affected the way that business in the future is going to operate. One of our clients is the largest health system in Colorado. And kind of amazing, they, along with a lot of the leading health systems in the United States, have had what was called their 7-year innovation plan. 7-year innovation plan. And all of you should be smiling because you know what happened to that plan. You know, the 7-year plan said, oh, in 7 years, HIPAA, you know, privacy rights, will adapt enough that we might be able to let a patient dial in to a meeting with their physician. But right now, we don't care how sick and disabled you are, you need to come across town and come into this building for your health care. Well, you know what happened, right? Well, within 20 days of the COVID crisis unfolding, healthcare systems said, telehealth, here we go. Doctors can do consults in their living room. I mean, it's just amazing how fast this has transitioned. One really significant example of this is if any of you has a Amazon or Google smart device in your home, I can't say the name of it because it'll turn on over there. You know what I'm talking about, everybody. Well, guess what? HIPAA law said that you can't have a smart internet connected device in your hospital rooms because it's listening, patient privacy. 8 out of 10 hospital rooms in North America now have a smart device in it. Why? So the patient can check the weather, so the patient gets reminded when they're supposed to take their pharmaceuticals, so the patient can ask about the news. Yeah, it's now integral to patient care, especially in senior facilities. So I just wanted to give you an example of how tumultuous and disruptive this change was. It took the most restricted category, unlocked a 7-year plan that had to unfold in 30 days. 30 days. Another example of a 30-day, 30% change is what happened to commercial real estate, religions, academic institutions. Alan mentioned that I teach at a few universities. I'm here to let you in on a little secret. Universities, even though their tuition is high, they make no money on their tuition. It's a break-even game for them. The 3 universities that I teach at all make their margin on, drum roll please, anyone want to guess? How do these large universities make their money? Parking fees and, yeah, William, they don't make any money. Parking fees and concessions. Feeding that campus where there's 5,000 people coming on campus on any given day, parking and concessions. Well, even though we want to go back to campus, it's never going to go back to 100%. It's always going to be hybrid going forward. Well, that means that these universities have lost a significant percentage of their profit potential. Or commercial real estate, where we had some pretty bold claims that everyone's going to be working remotely forever. And now, as you know, we're all adapting, we're going to transform. But are we going to go back to 5 days a week, must be in office? No. We know that there's going to be probably 30% less use of commercial real estate. Well, when commercial real estate makes its money on parking and rent, you can imagine, for example, there's a company in New York called Spotify. It's a big music service. You probably know Spotify. They have 14 floors of the World Trade Center buildings, 14 floors. And during COVID, 0 people came into that office, 0. They effectively transitioned to being a remote workforce. Okay, do you know what 14 floors in the World Trade Center building costs? I mean, come on, people. They're never going to do that again. It doesn't make sense to their bottom line. So maybe they have 1 floor now. Give them 3 floors. Well, when you're in commercial real estate, you got to ask yourself a question. How is this crevasse, this hole in the earth's crust, how is this going to make for the future of business? I don't know, but it's something I'm contemplating every day. Another thing that